This episode is presented to you in the form of an audiobook.
If I told you, sometimes the girl who ignores you the most is actually the girl who thinks about you the most. Sounds strange, right? Because logically, if someone likes you, they should text you. They should talk to you. They should show interest. But then why do so many girls do the exact opposite? Why do they look away when their crush walks by? Why do they take hours to reply to a message they've been waiting for all day? Why do they act cold when their heart is anything but cold? And here's the question nobody asks. What if her silence isn't rejection? What if it's fear? Because sometimes the girl who seems least interested is actually trying hardest not to reveal how much she cares. And if you've ever ignored someone you secretly liked, this story might feel painfully familiar. Let's talk about a girl named Aisha. Not because her story is unique, but because thousands of girls have lived some version of it. Aisha never planned to like him. That's how most crushes start. Unexpectedly. One ordinary day became the day she noticed him. Maybe it was the way he smiled. Maybe it was how he talked to people. Maybe it was nothing specific at all. But somehow, her attention kept finding him. And once a girl starts noticing someone, everything changes. Now suddenly, she notices things nobody else notices. His favorite hoodie. His laugh. The songs he posts. The way he texts. The way he says certain words. Tiny details. Details that shouldn't matter, but somehow do. And that's when the problem begins. Because girls don't only feel emotions. They analyze them. A lot. Sometimes too much. Now every interaction starts feeling important. Every message becomes a mystery. Every reply becomes something to decode. And before she realizes it, she isn't just liking him anymore. She's overthinking him. One evening, Aisha saw his name appear on her phone. A message. Just a simple message. Nothing romantic. Nothing special. But her heart reacted like she'd won a lottery. And immediately, another voice appeared in her head. Don't reply too fast. Why? Because now she cared. And caring feels dangerous. Especially when you're not sure the other person feels the same. So she waited. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. 20 minutes. Not because she didn't want to reply. Because she wanted to reply too much. That's something many people misunderstand. Sometimes delayed replies aren't about lack of interest. They're about fear of looking too interested. And girls know this feeling well. Because nobody wants to be the person who cares more. Nobody wants to feel foolish. Nobody wants to feel rejected. So they protect themselves. Even if that protection creates distance. And honestly, one of the biggest reasons girls ignore the person they like is fear of rejection. Not because they're weak. Because they're human. Think about it. If a stranger rejects you, it hurts. But if someone you secretly care about rejects you, it feels personal. Now it's not just rejection. It's disappointment. Embarrassment. Heartbreak. All at once. So many girls choose a safer option. They stay quiet. They avoid eye contact. They hide feelings. Because hidden feelings can't be rejected. At least that's what the mind tells them. Aisha did exactly that. When she saw him in person, she became quieter. Not louder. She looked away faster. Not slower. She acted more distant. Not more open. And every time she did it, she hoped nobody noticed. Especially him. Because the truth terrified her. She liked him. And she had no idea whether he liked her back. But here's where things get interesting. Girls don't ignore someone they like because they don't care. They often ignore them because they care too much. Because suddenly, every interaction feels risky. Every conversation feels important. Every mistake feels bigger. And when emotions become intense, people don't always move closer. Sometimes they move away. Psychology calls this avoidance behavior. The mind tries protecting itself from emotional risk, even when that risk could lead to something beautiful. And maybe you've experienced this yourself. Maybe you've opened someone's profile 10 times, but never sent a message. Maybe you've typed a text, then deleted it. Maybe you've wanted to start a conversation, then convinced yourself not to. Not because you didn't care, because you cared too much. And that's the painful irony. The feelings we want to express most are often the feelings we hide best. Aisha kept doing this for months. Looking, not talking, caring, not showing it, hoping, not acting on it. And slowly, she started creating stories inside her head. What if he doesn't like me? What if I embarrass myself? What if I'm not enough? What if I lose him before I even have him? Those questions became louder every day. And overthinking always creates distance. Because confidence says, try. Overthinking says, what if everything goes wrong? And unfortunately, many girls spend more time listening to overthinking than confidence. Now here's the twist. One day, he stopped messaging first. Nothing dramatic happened. He just stopped. And suddenly Aisha felt something strange. The silence she had created was becoming real. The distance she thought was protecting her was pushing him away. And for the first time, she realized something important. Ignoring someone doesn't protect feelings forever. Sometimes it prevents them from growing at all.